Make a date with Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
This is Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International with the church behind the trade fair called Life Cathedral, bringing you matters of faith with Graphic Online. Keep your eye always on Graphic Online because the kind of information that you get, credible information, which is very important and powerful. But today, I'm still on a particular portion of scripture called Luke chapter 5. And Luke chapter 5 is one of the most interesting things to me. In actual fact, I have a book called Fisherman's Roadmap on it, the roadmap of a fisherman. But here's another principle from it. In Luke chapter 5, you remember, now Peter had toiled all night, and the Bible said he was, Luke chapter 5 from verse 3 onwards, Jesus, after having finished preaching, from verse 1 onwards, after having, he passed through the lakeside called Gennesaret, and then he met a fisherman over there, and he borrowed their boat. But I like to capture exactly the condition and the state in which he met them. The Bible said when he met Peter, who had toiled all night, they were washing their nets. They were washing their nets. Now, it's a very powerful principle for me. Normally, when I come from a town with quite some fishing that goes on over there, a famous fishing town called the only area of Africa. Now, normally when they go fishing, and then sometimes they come back, for the Bible to say that they were washing their nets, it means the net had captured what we call bric-a-brac, had caught some things and, and all those things. So nets all tangled up, nets all, with, you collect debris, you collect, people throw things into the sea. So you collect all those bric-a-brac of the sea. And so sometimes you need to free the nets. And sometimes maybe the nets can even be torn or something like that. Because of some of those things, items in this thing can have sharp edges and all that. So sometimes they cut the nets. And the Bible said Peter, instead of going home, decided to sit and wash his net. Wash the net from the salt of the sea. Wash the net of the bric-a-brac that it may have collected. Wash the net, free the nets, mend the nets, patch up this thing. One of the things, Peter had toiled all night and caught nothing. That is a position of failure. But Peter was saying to himself, there is another day coming. And because there is another day coming, even though I have failed, I'm going to mend my nets. I'm going to wash my nets. I'm going to wash the nets of failure. I'm going to wash the failure of the net. I'm not going to allow the failure to hold me. There's another day coming. There is a new day coming. I'm going to live up. Even though I've seen failure, even though I've tasted failure, I'm getting ready for the next day. That was the posture of Peter. Meanwhile, you remember, Peter said, we have toiled all night. That means he and other people who had other boats, they had toiled all night and caught nothing. But Jesus didn't go to them. He went to the one who was living for tomorrow. He went for the one who had hope. He went for the one who was saying that, yes, I have failed, but I'm not going to allow the failure of yesterday to hold me captive. I'm not going to allow the failure of yesterday to be a preventive measure that holds me back to yesterday. There are many people who are slaves to yesterday. There are many people whose memories are so choked up with failure that they don't have the courage and the guts to step out for tomorrow. I refuse to sit in failure. He was ready to go out. He said, that's not it. So far as there's life, there's hope. So far as I'm not lying in the grave, I'm going to keep fighting. And that's one of the things that I love about Peter. He was washing the net. He was mending the net. That means he had a desire to live again. He had a desire to go out again. He said, you made me lose today, I'm going to come out fighting. There's a famous boxer like Muhammad Ali. Oh boy, The first time I saw him beaten, losing a fight, I cried because that was my idol. That was my star. That was my hero lying on the floor. But oh man, he sprang up and he took the belt again. Listen, the God we serve is a God of a second chance. The failure of yesterday is not the end of your story. Like Peter, wash the nets, get ready, look up for tomorrow, because there's something that is coming tomorrow that is bigger. Did you fail? You caught nothing? You caught bric-a-brac? Let me say to you, there's a great drought coming. Wash the nets, mend the nets. You know, that means leave for tomorrow. Your story is not yet over. Leave for tomorrow. God bless you, and see you next time.